Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you stopping by. So about a month ago, I transferred this orchid here, my red stripes. I'll put a picture of what her blooms look like on the screen, into a Leca setup, self-watering setup, trying out something new, potting up like a ninja, because Nina from Ninja's Orchids has all of hers in self-watering, so I thought I'd try it. More on my phals in my whole collection because phals is what I mainly have and they are thirsty. But so far she's doing really well. She's leaves are still nice and firm. She's still kind of pouting. She hasn't done anything. But I was talking with the Orchid Saga, and he had mentioned about maybe using pumice as a grow method in self-watering. So it got me thinking, since I just put this one in Leca, I would put a similar sized orchid in pumice. So I went on search for pumice. Well, I could not find a small bag of pumice. The only pumice they sell in my area are the ginormous bags. I don't need a ginormous bag. So what I did is I bought some of the orchid mix that has the big pieces of pumice in it, and I'm gonna use that. And I bought this beautiful girl here, which I'm pretty sure I have this one already, but again, like I stated in my June haul, you can never have too many of one that you really like, and I just think her blooms are just so cute. Look at the little speckling on there. That is so pretty with that little purple lip. That is really pretty. But she's got a really nice root system, so nice root system to start with. I should probably wait for her to start growing new roots and stuff, but you know what? I didn't do that with the one that I transferred into Leca, so I don't want to do anything different with this one, so I'm just going to take this one and we're going to move it over into the pumice. So let me move my pumice out of the way, get this one all cleaned up. Let's see what she looks like on the inside. She's got some really nice healthy leaves as well. She's got a couple of seedling leaves at the bottom that I am going to take off just because they make her sit kind of low in the pot, and since I am doing an experiment, I would normally take those off anyway. So again, not doing anything different than I would with the other. Let me take this spike off. Well, not the spike off, but the stake out. And I will do this one as I did with the one in Leca. I will keep an eye on the orchid. If she starts going downhill, this spike will come off. Because again, as much as I think that bloom is gorgeous, if I don't have a healthy orchid, then I'll never see the bloom again. So this looks like the media in here is really fresh because it's just falling right out. There's no scent to it. It smells like fresh bark, put it that way. So she hasn't recently been put into here. And surprise, surprise, guys, there is no seedling plug in here. There's no moss plug. There is no peat moss plug. There's nothing. She hasn't even had time to really attach to the bark. This bark is coming off really well. This is great. This is going to make it so much easier. So the size pot I'm going to put her in is the same size as the one that's in the Leca, and she is similar in shape and size and growth. Of course, you're not going to find anything exactly the same. And so let me go ahead and take these two seedling leaves, these little small leaves off here. Let me do that real quick. And what I do is I just take it right at the edge and I just pull it straight back. Now, if she had new roots growing in that area, obviously I would have to be a little more careful. But like I said, there's no seedling plug. She doesn't show any new roots. Doesn't look like I have to do a lot of trimming on her either. So let's just get our sterilized whiskers here real quick. And I will just go through and we will just cut off what is not good. Because from what I understand, when you're potting in inorganic media, you don't want anything that's going to decay in the pot. So I am being very diligent about making sure I get all the bark off. And when I rinse her under the tap, I'll make sure that there's nothing left either. All right, and then this one is just a piece of string where the velamen has come off. We will just cut that right off. That one as well. And then I will fast forward through this because, as most of you know who've watched my videos before, I do go through every root. I don't just like pick and choose. I literally touch each root and check them. So the fast forwarding will begin here shortly. This is kind of what we have. So let me go rinse her off under the tap, and then we will be back to see what we've got left as far as roots go, and we will get her in this pot. got everything cleaned up, and she has been sprayed with some hydrogen peroxide. I've got all the leaves and everything cleaned up. She has just a little bit of mechanical damage right here, but that's fine. But these are the roots that we ended up with, and they look really, really healthy. There is a little bit of bark kind of on some of these, but it's attached pretty good, and I'm not trying to force. I don't want to mess up the outside of the vellum and you know, ruin the roots. So I've already put the string in, and it is floating just like the last time. So I will position her in and see what we've got here. Hopefully she will fit in this pot with all these roots. Was not expecting such an extensive. And if you have an orchid or that is long in the roots, if you just kind of move the pot and twist the pot, the roots will find their way down into the pot, okay? Sometimes you can kind of help guide them, and there we are. Oh, and something else I want to show you guys. I know I just put her in there, but look how her spike grew. So it came from here, and somehow it just kind of twisted itself up into the light. So I'm not sure if that was their light direction or she was just looking for the light, and so she ended up with this wanky bloom. We will work with it. All right, let's see if I can get her back in there again. Turn this pot and just kind of move her down. And you want to be careful because you don't want to, you know, break the roots by pressing down too hard. So now let's see, we'll set her kind of like that. And the bloom will just kind of be all wanky, but that's okay. So let me put a little bit of the pumice in there. So it does not fall in quite as easily as the Leca did. So this I may have to put in a couple of pieces at a time by hand and just kind of use my hand and kind of wiggle it around so it can get in between all the roots down at the bottom. And if that's what we have to do, then I guess that's what we'll do. All right. So leave in the comments below what you think the outcome of this is going to be, because I haven't pre-soaked the pumice or anything like that, and I feel like it's going to dry out a little quicker than the Leca. So that will be an interesting thing to see as well. You know what, let me put it in here so I can grab it like this. There we go. All right. I mean, it's going in pretty good. And pumice is just a larger form of perlite, because perlite is just broken down pumice. So I guess in essence I'm potting her up in perlite. Let's just see. And Phalaenopsis are epiphytic in nature, so they do like a lot of air around their roots, and I feel like she is definitely going to get that with this. Definitely going to get a lot of air with this, because this does not even fall down quite as well as the Leca did. So let me restake her. Hold on just one second. Let me grab a stake. It's right behind me. Sorry for all the squeaking in the chair there, but and then this way I can kind of hold her in there where I want her. What did we do with the clip? All right, there we are. And again, I'm going to put the claws against the bamboo skewer just to keep from damaging the spike itself. And then this will make it a little easier for me to be able to get this all around. I'm going to add a little bit more water so that it floats a little bit more, so I can see what's going on in there. And plus it'll help it go back down some more as well, I'm hoping anyway. This is Siri. All right, we've got a nice little air gap right there. Let's just wiggle it up in there. Now when I did this with the Leca just kind of fell down on its own, whereas with this I'm kind of having to show it where I want it to go. That is a difference already, but we shall see. And then I repotted one of my Dendrobium Phalaenopsis into Leca, just because I have two of the same as an experiment, and it already has a new growth on it, whereas the media it was in originally, which was just some bark with just a little bit of moss around it to kind of encourage a new growth, never did anything. It just sat there, and a month later I've got a new growth on one of the old leads, and the last growth it had looks like it's got a new growth coming up on it as well. Might be something to this, guys. Am I going to do my whole collection in self-watering? Probably not. It is interesting, the difference and the ease, really. It is a lot easier. It's just, it does get heavy. Believe me, it does get heavy. So let's put a little bit more, maybe. Let's see. Let me take some of the water out and see how she's sitting. I may have to get another stake and put it in the front just to kind of help hold her steady. And like I said, she wasn't attached to the bark until she attaches to the pumice and kind of settles in. I think I might stake her in the front as well after I'm done with this, just to kind of give her a little more support, and put a little more pumice in here. Oh, that's too big of a piece. Let me know what you think is going to happen down in the comments below, and we will check on these ladies, kind of do a side-by-side comparison on them. Let's say in about a month. Let's give them a month. And I know that the one in Leca is a month ahead of this one, but we can still kind of see what's going on with them. All right, let me pour this back out and just leave a little bit at the bottom. Keep that moist. Isn't that pretty? It looks pretty. I don't know how it's going to work out, but it looks pretty. But if I see she's really struggling, I will obviously cut this bloom. And then if she continues to struggle and go downhill, I'll take her out of the pumice and put her back into bark. But it'll be an interesting experiment. So let's just get them both together and see how they look. I will add some moss to the top as well, just to kind of help encourage some root growth from the top. That's why the moss is on here. I do need to wet it. I haven't wet it today. And then let's see what happens. Thank you again for stopping by. If you enjoyed it, leave your like down below. Go ahead and subscribe, and then, like I said, leave your comments. Let me know what you think will happen. Do you think that the one in the Leca will do better than the one in the pumice? Do you think they'll do the same? Do you think this one will go downhill faster? And if there are any updates before that month comes around, obviously we'll do a quick video update on that. But until then, we'll look at these again at the beginning of August. Well, guys, hope you had a great day. Be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.